Hi, this is Chris Smith, Shambles Guru in North Thailand at my desk, and this video is a response to an email from one of our listeners, Mr. and Mrs. Freeman. And congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Freeman, I understand you've just given birth to a brand new iPad. And the comment from them is an observation. We really like the machine, but it's a real pain that there's no @ sign on the letters keyboard, and you need to swap to numbers each time. I'd have thought that the @ sign was much more likely to be used as part of an email address, but it isn't. Okay, let me show you a few things about the keyboard. I think Apple expects some of these things to be distributed through osmosis. First thing to do is go up to settings here. Let's check a few things first of all. In the general tab, if it's not touched, do the general. And then keyboards down here, and there's a few controls here which are relevant to the keyboard. Auto capitalization, do you want the first letter of each sentence or what it thinks is a sentence to be capitals? Auto correction of spelling, check spelling, enable caps lock, and I'll explain that. That's double tapping something to keep the caps lock on. And shortcut is an interesting one. This particular shortcut, it means if you have it on, when you double tap the space bar, you'll get a comma followed by a space. And if you're not British, and in Cheshire, you know, I sometimes wonder, or even Chester, I sometimes wonder, you can choose. Look at all these different keyboards. It's quite amazing. Even a Taiwan and Chinese, and not just Chinese, but different Chineses. So let me go back here. And we're using an English keyboard here. I think it's English. QWERTY. Oh, I don't understand what these are. So check those out first of all, and then let me bring something up which I can write on. So I'm just going to go into my folder that I've created, and I've put the Notes application app, which comes on every iPad, in here. So let me open up that. I've got some notes there from a previous pad, so let me start a new pad by clicking on this plus sign. Now, Mr. Freeman, your worry was, or your question was, not your worry, I don't think you worry, if you're typing an email address and you want to put the @ sign, you now have to go down to here, which is the numbers, touch the @ sign, and go back to here and start typing again. There's a trick. Let me show you the trick. So here's your email address. Well, let me do my email address. Let me do it properly. csmith@. So if I press my finger on the numbers button, but keep it on there, and drag my finger across to the @ sign, and let go, it's put the @ in here, but stayed on the alphabetic keyboard. And now I can go csmith.info. And there are a number of different tricks like that. I think I switched on the one where if I press this twice, let's see if it works at the end of something up here. If I press this twice, it puts a full stop and a space. So that was switched on where you press the space bar twice. So anything. So this, and the other one was if I want caps locked on, you press caps lock twice and it stays on, you can see. So these are capital all the time now. So, but it had to be switched on in that menu I showed you at the beginning. So this is a very useful. The fact that you can pull along like that is a very useful little trick. Now there are a couple of other tricks. Let's see what I can remember. One is it's an exclamation mark here. So if I press the exclamation mark quickly, I'll get the comma, but if I press it and keep it on there, then you can see that quotation mark comes up at the top there. And this happens on several of them. If you put your finger on, experiment, put your finger on some things. Let's try the E. If I keep my finger on the E, you can see all these other different E's have come up, and if I slide my finger, I can put an E there with one of those funny things on the top that I'm sure you'll understand. So try this pause with in fact, I think it works with all the vowels. A, E, I, O, U. Let's try the A. A, I, O, U. So if you try all the vowels, then you get some strange things happening there. And I think on the numbers as well. Let's see what happens on the numbers. Anything on the pound sign? So we get some other currencies there. So if I wanted dollars, you could just slide it and you get dollars. I think on the numbers as well, some of the numbers works. I think it's a matter of having a play and seeing what all these things do. And that's it. That's the end of the lesson. Good luck with your keyboard. Have fun.